Hello, Moonbeams, and welcome back. This is Mystic Moon School, and I am Donna XO, your astrology guide. Here today, we are going to discuss the new moon in Sagittarius, happening on December 1st, and what this means for us. We have this new moon in Sag is also squaring Saturn, and so that means both the sun and the moon in Sagittarius are squaring Saturn, which is an aspect of tension, perhaps challenge, perhaps action, motivation. And there are some other energies that are happening around this new moon, one of which is Mars, which is retrograde in the sign of Leo, is trining the North Node. And Mars is also simultaneously trining this new moon. So I feel that Mars is an important energy to discuss here today. Interestingly, the South Node is trining Pluto. And so remember that Pluto is the higher octave of Mars. And we have a lot of similar energy here working with the nodes, which means that this is a collective. This is really a collective releasing of fears. I believe old versions of ourselves. Also, we are moving towards new versions of ourselves, and what that means, how we are embodying it, right? Because Mars is very much one of the personal planets, very much our physicality, taking action, building something in the world, in our lives. And yet, the new moon, the sun and the moon in the sign of Sagittarius, the archer, right? Expansion. Where are we? What is the next frontier? Where are we moving next? And how are we expanding into that? But, squaring Saturn is an interesting energy here. And I'm going to unpack that for you in just a moment. And so I just want to get through just a couple of admin stuff here. The first is Sagittarius risings and Sagittarius sun signs. This is your season. And if you are having a birthday this month and you are interested in what this year has in store for you, how you are going to expand, what are your gifts, what are the blessings that are going to be bestowed upon you this year? What are the challenges that you are going to face for your growth this year? If you're interested in all of that and what this year is bringing for you, then hop on over to my website, read a little bit more about what a solar return reading is. And if you're interested, you can book a session with me. And I have all of my sessions are on sale for the month of December. So if you are interested in booking any one of my readings, now's a great time to do that, to gift yourself or someone else. This would make an amazing holiday gift if you're interested in that. I also have my guide to living by the moon phases, and that is free for you. You can hop on over to my website, go into the shop, download that for free, print it out, and you will learn how easy it is to align with the moon each and every month. You'll use this guide every single month. And if you're really interested, you can also purchase my Zodiac Cats and Dogs calendar for the year of 2025. That is available to you now. And I created this also with the intention of living with the moon phases. So each and every month I have put in the specific dates of all 9 major moon phases. And so then you can use my companion guide with that to really work with the moon towards a more cyclical lifestyle. Okay, so, well, before we get to Aries, I am going to um, give you an overview for these energies, and I will have the timestamps below. So even though you're looking at the Aries kitty cat here, we're not going to get to Aries quite yet because I want to give you an overview of these energies. And I'd like to begin with this new moon in Sagittarius and talking a little bit about Sagittarius energies. But I really feel this is so tied to the square with Saturn and the trine with Mars. And so let's begin with Sagittarius energies. Sagittarius is all about expansion, growth, learning, adventure. What's next? What is next? I'm ready for the next thing. Sagittarius is a fire sign, and so the fire signs are very tapped into inspiration and being able to open up to creativity, but also very much about taking action. The fire signs are masculine, and so they want to take action. They are motivated to take action and build something. It's not just the inspiration that kind of lives in the mind, with maybe some of the air signs do that, but this is Sagittarius they want to build something from that creation, from that inspiration. And so, and it's all towards an expansion. Now, of course, as I teach in all of my podcasts, that the signs are a spectrum of energy. And of course, there are the shadows, the areas of growth. They challenge us to move out of our comfort zone. And Sagittarius naturally wants to do that. But Sagittarius is ruled by Jupiter, and so can go a little overboard. Some of the shadows of Sagittarius are extreme risk-taking. The know-it-all, right? Where everyone knows that person. Maybe sometimes we've even been that person where we just know everything about a subject, right? And we know best. And nobody can teach us, and nobody can offer any advice or have any input on that subject. To an extreme, Sagittarius can be the person who just knows everything about everything, right? And that is really truly an extreme, and hopefully we don't embody that, or at least not too often. And if we do, we catch ourselves and we say, oh, whoops, I'm going overboard. I'm expanding a little bit too much here. And there's always room for growth. So in the highest expressions, Sagittarius is the teacher, but the teacher who is also always perpetually the student. Right? The wisest teacher is always open to other viewpoints, to knowing and being open to the student teaching them. The wisest teacher knows that they don't know everything, and it's okay to say, I don't know that, but I want to learn. So Sagittarius in its highest expressions just really truly wants to expand and learn and grow in whatever ways possible. And there's no ego attachment there. You know, I feel in all of the signs, when we're talking about the shadow, ego is always at play. And so when we move into the illuminations, that's what I call the highest expressions of the signs. The ego really is non-existent, and it's just about the soul's journey And how can we embody the most beautiful, highest expressions, the highest energies and frequencies of this sign are the most spiritual expansion. Sagittarius ruled by Jupiter is absolutely philosophical and intellectual and spiritual, and can be a teacher in any and all of these areas. And so this is such a beautiful new beginning when we have the new moon in Sagittarius. Remember, new moons are when the sun and the moon are conjunct. We cannot see the moon in the sky. And this is I often explain it as the rich, fertile earth where the seeds are being planted. So we don't know what is going to germinate. We don't know what is going to grow, but we know that it is beginning. And this is the place where it begins, in the dark, in the earth. That is the new moon energy. And so when we are looking at a new moon in Sagittarius, the sun is the self. The sun is our light and our expansion. And the moon is our innermost, the depths of our being, both emotionally and deeply on a subconscious level, especially when we're dealing with a new moon. And it's the areas of self that most others do not see. But if we can tap into that self-awareness and really go deep within and be honest with ourselves, there's great expansion and growth available to us here at this new moon. Now, I want to speak first about the Saturn influence here, because Saturn is squaring this sun and moon, this new moon. And when we talk about a square, we are talking about an aspect of tension. Now, tension usually leads to some sort of action. I mean, just think about that in our everyday lives. When we are feeling, let's say we're feeling tension in a dynamic with another person. It's uncomfortable. And so we may be moved to leave the room. We may be moved to say something. We may be moved to take some action. That is the purpose of tension, is to show us where something's not in alignment, right? Because when we're in alignment, we're in the flow. There's no resistance. But when we are feeling tension, there is some resistance. There is some lack of alignment. And it's there to show us what needs to be shifted. And that can be within us, certainly, and on an internal expression, or it can be external where we feel we need to take action. Now, I'm feeling very strongly that Saturn in this capacity at this new moon is about karma and karmic cycles that really truly are ending with this new moon. I feel very strongly that Mars is trining that beautiful, harmonious, flowing energy. Mars is retrograding right now in the sign of Leo, the open-hearted leader. And so Mars is slower. Mars is reflective. Mars is more cautious and thoughtful when he is retrograding. And so when he is retrograding in Leo, he is definitely more in his heart space. He is definitely feeling in the heart space and is more reflective there because he is retrograding and slower and moving, quote unquote, backwards, right? Going back over old territory. And because Mars is giving that beautiful, flowing, harmonious energy of the heart-led leader, being quite reflective to this new moon, we are able to expand beyond. And beyond, we are able to expand beyond those karmic cycles that Saturn is helping us to feel the tension around. If we have not already closed out those cycles, Saturn is here to say, you know what, let's wrap it up, folks. Okay, we're done. It's done. Let's move on. Let's expand from this point. And so I invite you to look at, I really want to say the last 2 years. What are you complete with? What are you finished with now? You know what it is in your life. If you are tapping into your own self-awareness, if you are able to be reflective now at this new moon, if you look back over the last 2 years, there are relationships, there are dynamics, there are versions of yourself that you are simply complete with. You're no longer showing up in those ways. There are relationships that are complete. They're done. They've served their purpose. You know what that purpose has been now. You can reflect on that from a very open-hearted place. That's that Mars in Leo energy. And you are able to kind of put a bow on it and say, okay, this is wrapped up. I'm putting the bow on it. It's complete. It's done. And let's put it up on the shelf now. Because this new moon is guiding you to expand further beyond where you've been for the last year and the last 2 years, certainly. If you have not had real clarity around what is complete now, you will have it at this new moon, and you will have it this week. And I'm about to get into each sign and where this may be specifically showing up for you in your chart based on what house this new moon is for you. There's one final thing I do want to say in this overview. I do feel that this new moon in Sag, is one half of the axis. On December 15th, in 2 weeks, I will be unpacking the full moon in Gemini for you in that podcast. But I do feel strongly that over the next 2 weeks, leading up to that full moon in Gemini, because that's going to be the real completion. Okay, something began 2 years ago with a new moon in Gemini, 2 years ago in December. And that is really, truly reaching a full completion at this full moon in Gemini on December 15th. And so over the next 2 weeks, you are going to be really feeling, you're going to be seeing and having the self-awareness about what is complete for you now. And this is all leading to that full moon in Gemini. And then at the end of that week, we have the winter solstice on the 21st. And that is the darkest day of the year. And so I want to plant a seed for you now that every day from December 1st to December 21st, we are going to be feeling and moving into more darkness each day. We are wrapping up this year. We are, for the next 21 days, we are gently, by baby steps, allowing in more darkness. We are, if you are willing to work with this energy consciously, you can step deeper into the darkness, the womb space, the shadow, and allow it to gently, softly guide you with ease and grace to look at any fears that are still part of your everyday mindset. Write them down. Be willing to release them. Let them go. Let the darkness transmute them into light. Set this intention for the next 21 days that you are expanding, Sagittarius, beyond your fears, beyond your limitations, or your perceived limitations, your limiting beliefs. That's all that they are. They're just beliefs. They're just thoughts that you keep thinking. And so whatever has kept you stagnant or stuck, whatever those shadows are, set the intention now, at the beginning of this month, to gently unpack them, to gently open the box and allow them to come out, be seen, let their power diminish simply by looking at them and saying, you know what, I don't need this anymore. I'm ready to expand beyond whatever fears have kept me stuck and stagnant, whatever fears have limited me in my growth and expansion. I'm ready. And so work with it's a simultaneous expansion by every day allowing ourselves to allow in more darkness each day until we reach the 21st of December. And from then on the 22nd, the light will grow every day forward. And so let's really work with this energy very consciously. Allow the Sagittarius New Moon over the next 2 weeks till the full moon in Gemini to expand us, but allow that expansion to happen by unpacking the fears, by releasing them and letting them go day by day. Okay, so now I would like to get into the, where the new moon is for each of the 12 signs. What house this is showing up for each of us. And so we're going to begin like we usually do with Aries. So Aries, this expansion, this new moon in Sag is happening in your 9th house. The house that is ruled by Sag, that is ruled by Jupiter. And so your beliefs are really, whatever limiting beliefs you've had, they're getting blown up. They are disintegrating because you are so ready to expand beyond them. Your beliefs, you're ready to learn something new. You're ready to release and relinquish any limiting beliefs that have held you back. This is like double dose of everything that I said in the in the overview, this is like a double dose of this for my Aries rising, because it's happening in your 9th house of Sagittarius. And so you are really truly ready to expand your belief system. You're ready to grow in ways that maybe you haven't even been able to intuit or see. And so this is a beautiful expansion of your mind, of your belief system, of your philosophy on life, of your spirituality and your spiritual understandings, your intuitive knowing. This is a beautiful expansion of all of that for my Aries rising. And so, yes, take note and write down what is expanding for you and what you are releasing now. From now until that Gemini full moon on the 15th. Okay, beautiful. So now we're going to move to our Taurus rising. And for Taurus rising, this new moon in Sagittarius is expanding in your 8th house. The 8th house is transformative. It is the house of death and rebirth. It is the house of going very, very deep into the subconscious, going deep into the psychology of understanding the why. And so this is going to be expanding for you. You may be really expanding in your use of divination modalities, whether that is astrology or tarot or psychology or human design, anything that is going to take you deeper into understanding the why of life, the why of death, the why of the rebirth, the phoenix rising into something new, this magnificent energy of expansion in this area of life for you, Taurus rising. And so whatever is ready to complete and die off within you, within your limiting beliefs, really lean into that now. Lean into whatever fears are making themselves known. Write them down and say, I am ready to release you because I'm ready to expand beyond the limitation of fear. You know, the 8th house is ruled by Scorpio, and our fears are absolutely here in this house. But you are ready. You are ready, Taurus risings, to expand beyond them. Fear is limiting. And this Sagittarius new moon is saying, no, I'm ready. I'm ready to grow and expand. I'm ready to be complete with whatever fears have kept me stuck, whatever lack I have perceived. I am ready to fold that up and put it on the shelf and expand beyond that. Beautiful abundance is here for you now. So go deep into the why of what those fears have been trying to show you. That and really unpack them and say, you know what, it's just not true. I understand why you were there. I know where you came from, but I'm done with that now. I'm complete and I'm ready. I'm ready to move on. Okay, beautiful energy for Taurus rising. Now for Gemini rising, this new moon in Sagittarius is happening in your 7th house of one-on-one relationships, perhaps marriage if you are married, but really truly any one-on-one intimate close relationship that you may have in your life. For my Gemini rising, you are ready to expand. If you know in your heart of hearts, if you know in your mind that you are really truly complete with a relationship in your life, then please be honest with yourself about it. Sagittarius is about truth as well. So do not deny yourself the truth of what is complete in your one-on-one relationships now. Please just don't resist, right? Do not resist what you know to be true. Be brave, expand beyond whatever relationships you know are complete. Saturn is holding you to it. Saturn is saying, you know what's done. So pack it up in the box and put it on the shelf so that you can expand beyond this. You're ready. You are ready to grow. You will have the next 2 weeks to wrap this up. So please be honest with yourself, but you can tap into that Mars in retro Leo energy of the heart space. And you can do this with compassion. You can wrap up these relationships that you know are complete with love and with integrity and with compassion. But for yourself first and foremost, and then whoever else is involved. And move forward. Move forward. You are ready for this expansion. If you resist it, it will become more and more uncomfortable. You have the next 2 weeks to be honest and to lean in to this expansion. You are being supported. So do this now. Okay, let's move on to our Cancer rising. Excuse me. Cancer risings. This new moon in Sagittarius is taking place in your 6th house. The 6th house is all about your everyday routines, your work. It is also about your health. It is also about your healing journey. And so trust, however this is resonating for you. This may very much be about your own physical health, your daily routines that are either not serving you on a physical health in that way, or how you're ready to expand beyond your daily routines. This could be rituals around your health. And when I say health, I don't just mean physical health. I mean emotional and spiritual health as well, because they're all tied together, right? Mental health, emotional health, spiritual health, and of course, physical health. And so for you, this is the axis of the 6th house and the 12th house. And so over the next 2 weeks, you're going to be working with these energies. Allow whatever fears that have been lingering to come up to the surface so that you can unpack them, look at them and say, you know what, fear is a liar, and I'm not going to be limited by these fears anymore. Tap into how you are ready to expand now in your daily routines. This is all part of your healing. You're ready for a new beginning, whether it is in your everyday work or it is on your healing journey. And these two can be also obviously, tied together. You have to just trust your intuition and see what resonates for you here. But you are ready to expand now into a new, healthier way of living your life. And just trust what you know to be true here. You know what you're ready to be complete with that's just not healthy for you. You know, as you're listening to this, you know exactly what this is. And whatever it is, please use the next 2 weeks to wrap it up, to be complete with something. If it is that you want to stop an unhealthy routine, use these next 2 weeks to work with this and be complete. Wrap something up, complete it. Say, you know what, I'm done with this unhealthiness, whatever this routine is, whatever this habit is. Wrap it up now. You have the support of the cosmos to do it. Okay, so now we are going to move to our Leo risings. And for Leo rising, this is happening, this new moon in Sag is happening in your 5th house. This is beautiful, expansive energy in your creativity, in your romance, with your children, perhaps healing the inner child. Just take whatever resonates for you. You know, you may really be feeling a beautiful expansion in creative ideas, in your creative projects. Perhaps you are ready to really be complete with any inner child fears, any inner child patterning that's wrapped up in those fears. You're ready to expand beyond it. You're ready to really be done and say, you know what, I know what this was about now. I'm ready to complete it, because you have the next 2 weeks to work with this very consciously and to expand beyond whatever fears have been keeping you stuck and stagnant, whatever blocks have been in the way of your creativity. Anything in blocks of romance, you're ready to be done. If there's a romantic relationship that you know is complete now, take the next 2 weeks to wrap it up. Okay? Really, the energies are here to support you, so consciously work with them, because you're ready. You are ready, Leo, to expand beyond. You know, remember, Mars is in your sign right now, reflecting and really leading from the heart space. So allow yourself to tap into that energy and take the action that you know is right for you now. You be honest. You know what you're done with. And if this is about your creativity and you're ready to expand, you know that you have these ideas. They've been bubbling. Allow them to come up to the surface. Allow that cork to just bop right to the surface, and just be open. Write these things down and then start to take the first baby steps around what these creative projects are looking like for you, so that you can take action on them. Okay, beautiful. So now we are moving to our Virgo risings. And for Virgo rising, this expansive energy is happening in your 4th house of home, of your childhood conditioning, and the home within yourself. And so you know what you're complete with. You know what childhood conditioning you're just done with now. You've completed a cycle, and you know you're ready to expand beyond this. So whatever childhood conditioning, beliefs, remember Sagittarius is all about beliefs. You know you've just outgrown them, really truly is what it is. And you're ready to expand beyond them. You can have gratitude for however they've served you up until now, but you have the next 2 weeks to expand beyond, to put to bed, put to rest, whatever those old beliefs, those old, those boxes that you were kind of raised with, that you're just done with now. You don't need to think in terms of those energies anymore. They're complete. You know what these are. So let's just pack them up in the box, put them up on the shelf, have gratitude for them, but say, you know what, I'm ready to expand beyond. You want to take a look at whatever fears are coming up over the next 2 weeks as we go deeper into the darkness each and every day, and let those shadows come up and let them be released. Okay, because we are ready to expand beyond this now. And you are ready to embody a new sense of self. You are ready to embody home within yourself. You are ready to expand this feeling and this knowing that you are your truest home. Home within yourself is the most beautiful connection that we can feel. And so set that intention that you are your home. You are your truest home. And yes, there are many influences that we have over the course of our life, our families. Oh my gosh. As I am speaking this, a red hawk just landed in the tree outside my window. And so this is spirit confirming that you, Virgo risings, you are ready to soar like the hawk, up above, high. That beautiful connection to spirit. This is how you achieve home within yourself. And the hawk just flew away, higher up into the sky. Oh my God, this is so magnificent. That is the message for you, Virgo rising. You're ready to soar higher. Connect with your higher self. This is your truest home. Beautiful. Beautiful. Libra rising. Libra rising. This Sagittarius New Moon is happening in your third house of communication, of the way you think. You're ready to expand beyond your limiting beliefs. You're ready to expand beyond whatever philosophies on life, whatever spiritual beliefs or religious beliefs or learning that you have accumulated up until now. You are ready to expand beyond this. You are so ready to open up that crown chakra, expand beyond whatever beliefs have taken you thus far. You are ready for the next. This is beautiful energy for you, Libra risings, because you are an air sign. And this is happening in the third house, which is ruled by Gemini, another air sign. Your beliefs are ready to be just blown wide open. I see this crown chakra opening for you, the 1,000-petal lotus, just opening up petal by petal by petal at this new moon. And you have the next 2 weeks to let it expand. It is beautiful energy for you. You are going to learn how to communicate in new ways. You may become more telepathic. You may be more claircognizant. Any of the clairs may be opening up for you now. Lean into this. Open up. Open up to spirit. Open up to your higher self. I'm feeling this so strongly for you now. This is going to be just a gorgeous expansion of your mind at this new moon. Okay, wow. Scorpio rising. So for the Scorpio risings out there, this new moon in Sagittarius is happening in your second house. And the second house for me is both quite tangible when it comes to money and the money that you make, and you are truly ready to allow the abundance of Sagittarius to flow into your life. And the reason for this is tied to the other second house quality of knowing your worth. You know your worth now, don't you? You know your value, the value that you bring, the value that you bring in your work. in your spiritual gifts that is absolutely tied to your work. You are ready for the abundance of Sagittarius to flow into the form of money because you know your worth. These are intricately tied to one another. I'm feeling this so strongly for the Scorpio risings that you have been doing the work over the last 2 years. I mean, this is like potent. This is deep. This is the Phoenix rising. This is the expansion for you. You know what you've been working with over the last 2 years. You know, Scorpio risings, the fears that have been lingering, and you are ready to just poof, let them disintegrate into thin air now. The abundance is going to be flowing into you, into your work, into your purpose, into your financial life, because you know your worth, and you're simply just, you're done with the lack. You're done with that fear voice telling you you're not good enough, telling you that you have a limitation, telling you that you don't deserve X, Y, or Z. No, screw that. It's done. You're ready to expand. You're ready to allow the abundance to flow in, and you know you deserve every ounce of it because you work from the heart. Your intentions are pure. Your intentions are beautiful. And the universe is so ready to reward you, and you are ready. You are ready to receive it. This is so beautiful. Sagittarius rising. Sagittarius rising. This is all happening for you in your first house of self. Oh my goodness, you are being reborn. This is your birth. This is your rebirth. The last 2 years for you have been gestation. It has been a time of growth in the darkness, in the womb space of creation, of not knowing, of not seeing, of deeply working with your fears, with your limitations, with the shadows. This has been a time of letting go. This has been a time of releasing those old, fearful versions of yourself that have served their purpose. But you truly are the phoenix at this new moon. You are expanding beyond those older versions of yourself. You are the beautiful new version, ready to let go of that arrow, right? And just soar in the sky. I'm seeing that arrow with fire, right? And just, you may not know the destination where that bullseye is, but it doesn't even matter because you're up for this next adventure. You are up and ready for this expansion and where it's going to take you next. This is magnificent energy for you, for your sense of self, for your new, the yellow brick road is what I'm seeing. You're ready. You're ready. Oh my goodness, and there's the cardinal. Spirit is so with me in this reading. I mean, this is magnificent. I saw the red hawk earlier, and now here's the red cardinal. This is someone is speaking through me for my Sagittarius rising You are so guided and protected and loved. Please, please know this. Trust, expand, seek the truth of your highest self. You're ready. You're ready for this next adventure. This is so beautiful. Capricorn rising. For Capricorn risings, this new moon in Sagittarius is happening in your deepest house, the 12th house, your subconscious. You are ready and complete with these karmic cycles. The last 2 years, you have been working at a deep, deep level, and you are ready. You are ready. You are ready to expand into your next version. There are things, deep karmic cycles that are being released now energetically for you. Do you feel that? Do you feel the completion? Do you feel that you are perhaps in the in-between, in some kind of void, where you're not sure what's next? Well, then you're right on time. Allow yourself to be here. Allow this new beginning to germinate over these next 2 weeks until we reach that Gemini full moon. You will know what you are complete with then. This is 2 years for you, and you are about to emerge. So please just lean into the void, lean into that gestation, that womb space of the 12th house, because you are releasing at a very deep level. You are karmically complete with old cycles. And so please rest, meditate, relax, allow, release. You are going to be a new you. And just trust in your higher self guiding you. Trust in the divine. You are so loved and protected. For my Aquarius risings, this beautiful Sagittarius new moon is happening in your house, your 11th house. You rule this house. And so this is an extraordinary expansion. You are done with certain groups, communities, friendships. You know what this is. There are hopes and dreams that you've had for the future that maybe you're done with. Like you see that you were kind of clinging and working towards something, and maybe that's done now, or it's grown and expanded into something new. And you are on the precipice. You are at the beginning stages now of the new groups and communities that you are about to expand into. You know this to be true. You've already been feeling it. You know your place is expanding into these new communities, into these new friendships. And not only are these expansive for you on a very personal level, but you are going to bring your energy to help expand these groups and communities as well. It goes both ways. And this is all tied into this new future version of you, this new future hope and dream that you have for your life, for your path, for your soul's journey. You're right on time. You know what is complete now. You know what you're karmically done with. Allow it to disintegrate with ease and grace. Just let it go. And be open to what you are expanding into now. The new groups and communities that you've already begun, right? You've already started to connect with these people, these groups. these friends. Just be excited about this expansion because it's going to be so, so beautiful for you and for those that you're connecting with now. Really beautiful. Now, for my Pisces rising, this Sagittarius new moon energy is happening in your 10th house, your most public area of the chart. And so this could very much be about your career. You are ready to expand into this next level of your career, of what you came here to do in the world. If this is not exactly a quote unquote career where, you're working every day and you're getting paid money for, this is very much about your public self. It's who you are out in the world, who you're seen as when you leave the house, who you're known as in the world. And you are really done with, oh wow, it's 1, 2, 3, 4 on the clock, 12:34. And so yeah, you are moving forward. This is the arrow, the Sagittarius arrow being released and soaring in the sky. Your next version of this public version of yourself. You are moving forward with ease and grace. You are stepping into it. You are expanding this persona. This is your persona, and it is how others see you. Oh my gosh, and there's the cardinal again. So I'm seeing the cardinal right outside my window as I'm saying this for you, my Pisces, beautiful people. You are so loved and protected. You are so guided. You allow yourself to step more into the spotlight, okay? Allow whatever fears have been hindering you about stepping into the spotlight, about being seen, about a more public persona, a more public voice. Let this Sagittarius energy just work through you. Teach. Maybe it's you're being called to teach what you have learned, what you have grown into, what you have healed. And allow yourself to be seen, Pisces. You have such beauty. You have such light within you. Allow yourself to be a sort of lighthouse, a guiding light to others. Just by example, just by embodying this expansive energy that Sagittarius New Moon wants you to really step into. I'm seeing it like a halo of light, really, all around you. This is such beautiful energy for you, Pisces. You can be seen. You need to be seen because you have so much love and you have so much wisdom. So move beyond whatever the fears have been that have been keeping you stuck for the last 2 years. Move beyond. You're ready. You're ready. You are. You're ready. So just take the next step. You're so supported and loved. The cardinal is still here. The cardinal, whoever this is, this loving energy for you, trust you're being guided. Okay, my beautiful moonbeams, this wraps up this gorgeous Sagittarius new moon. I was so, this reading was magnificent. The spirit came through so strongly with the hawk and the cardinal, and the birds are just flying all around in my yard, right outside my window as I've been recording this. So really, I'm so eager to know how this has resonated for you. Please leave a comment if something touched you in your heart space and in your knowing. And please, I'd love to connect with you in that way in the comments. It's so special for me to know if any of what I've shared has resonated for you, because this is truly channeling from my higher self, and we are co-creating this together. when you tune in, you listen, your higher selves are right there, and we're co-creating this. And I almost feel like I'm floating right now, honestly. I don't even feel like I'm in the room. Um, so thank you so much for listening. Thank you for sharing anything with me in the comments. I'm wishing you such a beautiful new moon, and a journey over the next 2 weeks of completing and expanding at the same time. And I will see you soon under the moon, my loved ones. Take good care.